There's probably nothing more frustrating than having an FVG that you want price to bounce off from, just for the FVG to end up failing. Then the price goes actually to another FVG, but by that time you are already stopped out. And then from there on, price actually goes into your original direction, which you wanted the market to go. Before I was managing 1 million in prop firm funding, this has happened to me all the time. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to actually trade the FVGs, and more importantly, how do I know which one of these is actually going to work? Now we have all been there. We saw a price and we wanted to trade, let's just say, to the upside. So what we did is we marked out some kind of FVG onto the chart, but then we already questioned ourselves, how do I know if it's going to be this FVG, the one that is even closer to the current price, the one that is lower, even lower, or even the most extreme FVG that is way lower ahead of price? How do I know which of these is actually going to hold? Well, and here's the first problem. I want you to simply take a guess yourself. Now pause the video if you need time, but which of these FVGs is actually going to hold? The problem is just simply that we can't tell. Now if you would have said that it is going to be this FVG, then you may or may not were actually right on that entire decision. Because although price has fallen back into the FVG and has actually gone for the previous high, price returned all the way lower. Now in a realistic market scenario, you would be stopped out right in here. Now of course, if your take profit would be at this high and your stop loss was way lower, then yes, this would have been still a take profit. But for most of you who are trading a very high risk to reward strategy, this is also not going to work. So fundamentally, there is a major problem going on when trading FVGs this way. You can't really tell which one of these is going to be. Now I have also seen traders who are basically marking out some kind of low and also some kind of high, so this entire price action leg, and then they're marking out the premium to discount range. So in that case, there's the discount and there's the premium range. Now ideally you want to take a long in the discount range, and this can help and also work some of the times. The problem is just that in that case, price never returned to your FVG, which is supposedly going to be in a discount range, and it has just traded higher. So essentially, you have not only been stopped out in these two candles, but the price has already moved into your original direction. Now here's the problem. You have been told that FVGs are the real support and resistance. It's always so easy for us traders to basically bash on a different strategy that has been not working for us, and then we're just saying that our way of trading is the right way. Now first of all, that is complete nonsense, and second of all, as you can see in this entire price action, well yes, the price has fallen back into that FVG and traded higher. So essentially it was actually acting as support. But this FVG was also there and has not traded back into it. So my point that I'm trying to make in here is that trying to trade FVGs this way is very subjective, and most of the times what will end up happening is you're just going to get stopped out before the trade ever runs for your highs or lows for that matter. So that also means that we're not going to trade FVGs the regular way, since simply that is just way too subjective. So here's the thing, before I'm going to explain to you how to trade FVGs and more importantly how to make money out of them, we need to go back onto the basics. Now you have been brainwashed by everything you have seen so far on YouTube that your fundamentals are just simply wrong. So that's why you are also not successful trading them. First of all, FVGs are imbalances, without a question. There's different kinds of imbalances in the market. It's not only FVGs, such as liquidity, but for this one, we're only going to focus on FVGs. And what I want you to essentially do is replace the word FVG with imbalance, that the price was simply not efficient within this entire range. So I want you to ask you a very simple question. What happens to imbalances in the market? And once again, pause the video if you need time. But essentially, every single imbalance, they get rebalanced. Now this happens for not just FVGs, but for everything else. Every single inefficiency that you can spot on the market is going to get rebalanced at some point in time. Now this entire price action is quite of an interesting case study. Now if we're going to move this onto the upside, you can see that we have an entire FVG in here. So most of you guys, you are trying to trade from this FVG lower, but you're actually missing out a fundamental reason on why this is not going to work. Now first of all, we have taken out liquidity in here. We're also going to get a very clear example where that's even easier to spot. So what is that telling us? There's basically a saying that I like to say in all of these videos. In order for the price to go higher, it needs to go lower first, take out liquidity, fuel essentially, and then it can move on to the opposite side. This exactly has happened in here. So that is also telling us that this entire FVG does not play a role. What I told you earlier, this entire thing is an imbalance in the market. So essentially we don't even care about this entire FVG holding, because a lot of the times if you have marked out this kind of FVG, what will happen, your FVG is going to get ignored. And we have actually traded into the higher FVG. Well, in here, a lot of people would be saying, well, my first FVG has failed me. Well, but my second FVG is probably not going to fail me, right? Just to get stopped out one more time. Now keep in mind guys, 90% of traders are losing money and 90% of traders are also doing this exact same thing. So by logic, wouldn't that mean that we have to do something that the 10% of traders are doing? So we have to do the opposite of what the unprofitable traders are doing. We have to trade into the FVGs and not away from them. I hope this is the part where it actually makes click for you. Now, and even in here, there will be a lot of different guys saying that, okay, my first FVG has failed me and my second has also failed me, but now is the right time. Because this time we've actually taken out liquidity, so basically this entire high, and from here on we can actually move lower. And you may or may not actually be right on that. We have traded lower. But here's another problem with your entire approach to FVGs. You see, you have another FVG in here. So what are you actually going to do? You use this entire FVG as resistance and now you want to trade onto the downside. But here's another FVG, and is it not going to act as support? Why is it not going to act as support? And you see, this entire approach is just very subjective. And a very solid argument for you would be, well, we have strong movement onto the downside combined with this entire FVG. Now is the right time to actually trade lower. And the next thing you know, you have been stopped out another time and you're just frustrated, and this cycle goes on and on and on. So here's how you're actually going to trade the FVGs. Now, I've told you previously, we have to do the opposite of what everybody else is doing. Now, in this case, we have this entire FVG. The regular trader wants to trade into it and then higher, right? So we're going to do the opposite. We want to trade into the FVG. Why? Because FVGs are imbalances, as previously mentioned. They are magnets, and they are the real magnets that price actually wants to go to, because essentially this little bit of price action is all that you're really going to need in order to trade into this FVG. The reason for that is because it's not subjective anymore. You're not tied to one specific FVG at a specific time of the day where we actually have to trade lower. And interestingly, these FVGs will also sometimes even work, and price has actually traded higher once I trade into this FVG. But is it going to work consistently and make you profitable? No. Now, this is just a fundamental thing about market structure as a whole. All imbalances get rebalanced. Now, if you're going to go back into the chart, don't even take my word, but go back yourself, watch for every single FVG that you can spot onto the chart. Now, and you will notice that 99% of them are going to get rebalanced. So let's just take this entire FVG as an example. Now, yes, we have traded lower, but eventually what have we done? We have traded into this entire FVG. Now, you might be saying, well, but by that time, I have already been stopped out and the trade is already over. This is why you have to give the trade enough room to breathe by trading a negative risk reward and having a wider stop loss. Now, I'm not going to do an entire masterclass on how to trade a negative risk reward. I've already done countless of other videos. If you're interested on that, just go to my channel and watch the videos. But for now, just solely concentrate on the FVGs. Now, but a counter argument for you would be, well, we also have these kinds of FVGs where we're just trading higher and higher, and by that time, even with a negative risk reward, even with a very wide stop loss, we will just get stopped out because the price did not respect this entire FVG. This is why you have to understand rule number one. You are always, and by always I really mean always, just going to trade the nearest FVG. Now, of course, sometimes there will be niche cases, but especially you as a beginner, you always want to trade the very nearest FVG you can spot. And this has actually happened a handful of times. We have been traded back into the very first FVG that we have created, but in here, we actually haven't, and we have traded higher. Now remember, I have said 99% of the times. It's not going to be all the times. If it would be all the times, then it would be really too easy. But more importantly, I am going to show you how to avoid these kinds of FVGs, so you actually know when the FVG is going to get rebalanced and when it's not going to get rebalanced, because this is what's going to separate the profitable trader from the unprofitable trader. So currently we are on EURGBP, and the first thing you can spot that we are in a daily time frame. Now I'm going to keep it as simple as just humanly possible so you understand every single step of my entire way of thinking. So the very first thing that you can spot on the daily chart is that we have a massive FVG on the daily chart. Now, what I've told you previously, this essentially is just an entire magnet to go onto the upside. But just trading that alone will also not make you profitable. You have to understand the entire framework. What else can we spot? We have this entire BPR. Now, what are BPRs? It stands for balanced price range. Essentially what it is just an FVG combined with another FVG. Don't even look too far into it. It is essentially just an upgraded FVG. That's all you gotta know for now. So remember how we want to trade into the FVGs. The regular Joe Schmo, what is he doing? He wants to trade into this FVG and then lower into these lows. We've already discussed it that most of the times this is not going to work, and even if it's going to work, when do we know when it's just going to stop and then reverse lower? Because it can stop in here, or even go all the way higher in here and then go lower. Since we don't know that, we're not going to trade this way. Now, this is essentially just rule number 2 when trading this simple concept. You have to be patient, but not just patient and just waiting for candlesticks to form, but you also have to know what are you waiting for. If you're just looking at random candlesticks to form, that's not going to cut it, man. So I have a systematic thing that I want to see onto the chart. I want the entire price action to basically trade onto the upside. I want to see momentum going higher and willingness, because remember, this can might as well just go lower. Then this will be one of those FVGs where we have basically not traded into it and just traded away for some kind of other low onto the chart. Since I don't know for this entire day, I am going to skip the entire day, and in this one I can also not tell whether we're going higher or lower. Once again, I need momentum, so we're going to skip the next day as well. Now this day is already looking differently. Why? Because if you're going to spot this entire thing, you can see that there is a swing high in here and a swing high in here. I might be saying, well, these are not swing highs. Yes, they are. If we're going to go on the 4 time frame, essentially every single candle high and low is a swing high or low onto the higher time frames. So what are those? Those are relative equal highs. Now, relative equal highs is essentially the most important concept that I'm trading. You have to combine it with everything else that I'm trying to teach you in future videos. Relative equal highs are simply just when you have 2 swing highs being relatively equal close to each other. So going back onto the daily time frame, is that what I wanted to see previously? Still no. We have the liquidity, that is already one more criteria, but once again, we need momentum. So we're going to skip the next candle. Now this candle is already giving you 2 different signs of information. First of all, we have momentum. So now we have 2 confirmed bullish candles that are trying to trade onto the upside. So this was the first thing. Now I've said that there's 2, but actually there's 3 more things. So as you can see, these entire candle wicks, what did they show you? They showed you willingness to trade lower, but we were never able to actually stay there. This is a very important information. Now the third thing is also going to be, what have we done? We have taken out liquidity. So essentially this is the same concept that I'm trying to teach you with the FVGs. Why? Because this has rebalanced price. Now we have enough fuel to actually go on to the upside. So essentially what we have, first of all, we have the momentum, we have the liquidity, so basically the relative equal highs, we have the FVG acting as a magnet, and additionally even the BPR. Now this is essentially a textbook example. It's not going to look every day like this, but from here we're going to drop down onto the 1 hour time frame. On the 1 hour time frame, I want you to go to 0 AM UTC standard time. Now the next candle open is going to be 0 AM. From here, we have already done the entire analysis beforehand. So I want you to take a 10 pip take profit. Notice how I am not trading all the way to the relative equal highs. That is very important, because a lot of the times you will see the price doesn't even go all the way higher. It will take a little bit of time. And as day traders, you want to be in and out of the market the same day. Now, and your stop loss is going to be a whole different story. Once again, if you're not familiar with this way of trading, it has a 95% win rate, and everybody who's using it is doing very great with it, because we're on 10+ winning streaks, and there's basically just very usual to us at this point. My stop loss is going to reside at some kind of other low to close to 50 pips. So if we're going to drop down onto the 1 hour time frame again, we're basically going to take this entire trade entry. This is anything else that you have seen on YouTube so far, and we're also going to risk 3%. I don't care if it's going to be a personal account or if a prop firm account, because the win rate of this strategy, once again, is just so high that you're not going to lose. So in simple as that, we have actually hit a take profit. Now, in me putting my take profit at 10 pips is also not just something invented. A lot of the times you'll see that 10 pips after the 0 AM candle is going to get hit, price will reverse. Of course, not always. Sometimes price will also just continue. Now, and if you're wondering, what is this guy even trading to begin with? The strategy that I'm using has a 95% win rate. When you're having a high risk to reward, you're also going to have a low win rate, which is going to result in months of you not being profitable. My profit factor is 3, so basically very profitable. Now, this entire backtesting session with my strategy is not just some kind of graphic. I have backtested every single trade and documented it for you to access in my mentorship. You're probably having a lot of different questions, whether it's going to be for the FVG or this entire strategy as a whole. This is why I recommend click on this video, because it's going to explain to you everything from A to Z, and especially it's also going to convince you that what you are currently trading is not profitable, because I've tried it myself at the beginning. Millions of other traders have tried using a high risk to reward, and what ended up happening, nobody of them actually became profitable. If you like these kinds of videos where I dive deeper into one specific concept, then tell it to me by leaving a like and comment down below what you learned the most out of this entire video. Subscribe to the channel and see you guys next one.